What's up, everybody? We are here and let's talk about Mufasa, the Lion King, the live action movie. We've said this over and over. I was not excited about it when it was first announced. I was like, why are we doing this? The trailer started coming out and I started getting more and more excited, starting to have me thinking about theories of what this movie could be about. I was probably 30 to 40% right. I'll take that as a win. But today I thought we'd talk about the movie. I already did a spoiler-free review about it, but I think we've now allowed some time for people to go see the movie. So now we're going to talk about the movie. I liked it. I was shocked. I thought it was good. It was fun. I think what this one did that the first one did not do, the first live action didn't do, was it worked because it was a new story. When we got the Lion King live action, it was like, why are we doing this? It's a retelling. They changed it up. They had way too much Timon and Pumbaa. I still felt that way about this new one. They basically cut Rafiki out of most of the movie in the first one. They cut Scar's song. There was all kinds of issues I had with it all. But this one was a Rafiki telling Kiara, Nala and Simba's daughter, about Mufasa and how he became who he was, what made him so special. And I think that was one of the coolest things about this movie. It wasn't just that it was just a coming of age story or a brotherhood story. It explained why Mufasa was the great Lion King. In this movie, we find out, obviously, he gets separated from his family because of a brain that they have been wanting this whole time. And it separates him from his mother and father. He gets lost. Scar sees him. And the trailers are a little misleading. I was ready for this big epic moment that Scar saved Mufasa. And not really. Like, he was there and he told, I think the line in the movie was, can I tell you a secret? And he was like, yeah, you're about to get eaten. And there was crocodiles coming from him. And he told him to swim. So Mufasa swam. And Taka helps him up. Okay, yeah, so he helps him a little bit. He saves him. But, like, there was no big heroic moment, which I think is part of the whole story. With Taka's father makes a comment. It was like, I think it was about being deceitful and stuff like that. So this whole thing wasn't really about Taka, Scar, saving Mufasa's life. But he kind of holds that over him, like the rest of the pride holds that over him too. So Taka's father does not want anything to do with Mufasa. He wants everybody to eat him after he gets there. Taka's mother, I believe, they don't actually necessarily say that it's his mom, I don't think, from watching it. I think they like allude to it, but I don't know if they actually said it was his mom, but no, that's a whole nother story. She takes him under her wing or whatever. So Mufasa grows up with the lionesses. So he learns how to hunt. He learns to become one with the land and understanding scents and how you would move around and know what's going around in the area, protecting the Pride Land. So he's a large, obviously masculine male lion, so he has a size, but he's also learned the gentle, cunning awareness of the lionesses. So he's learned to listen, to pay attention. So he becomes this lion for everyone. And that's what makes him special. So we see the whole journey. They go off. We have these intruder lions that are basically trying to take over everything. And they're basically running away from them the whole time. What gets cool about this is later, which was one of my theories, that one of the reasons why Taka and Mufasa end up having issues is because of Sarabi. We find out that Taka has a thing for Sarabi. We all know Sarabi and Mufasa end up together, Sarabi being the mother of Simba, who we all know and love. And the jealousy is really what takes Taka to have the turn, the spin, the twist. Because he lies. Well, actually, Mufasa lies for him. And they get caught, and it ends up being Mufasa and Sarabi falling for each other. It was a cool story the way they did that. Them kind of, I think I talked about this in my podcast with my friend Nicole, the first one. If you haven't seen it, go watch that one. I asked, are we going to see Sarabi and Mufasa's first date? And basically, that's what a third of the movie was. It was just them getting to know each other, which was really cool. Walking around, nothing in a weird way, but it was just fun to watch them kind of fall in love with each other. Watching Mufasa save Sarabi in a selfless way, just to be there and be the human, I guess human, but they're not human, but the human context of them just being there for each other, trying to figure out what to do in these hard situations. Obviously, you get through the story, you watch the whole movie. Scar, Taka, basically turns on them, offers them up to the bad guys, which is, didn't see that part coming. And we find out how Taka becomes Scar when he decides, he sees, I guess, the errors of his ways or whatever, and he goes and tries to help Mufasa, and he jumps in front of him as the evil lion, swipes at him, and leaves a scar over his eye. Cool way to do it. We knew something had to have happened, and we figured in this movie we'd see it happen. But the cool thing to me was this whole time while they're on the journey, they're looking for this land, Malele, which kind of makes it sound like it's going to be this fake land, someplace that's not really real. But what we find out in the end, it is actually the land where Mufasa actually grew up from. It is the place of basically like harmony and peace and comfort, where everyone works together and lives together. And Mufasa becomes king or leader of this area by saying he's king for everyone. He's there, he's fighting for everyone, wants to be there to support for everyone. So when the bad lions come in to attack, he gets the whole troops to stand up with him and fight with him. And then what happens, Disney fashion, and I actually like it. I thought it was cool. The earth rumbles and this earthquake happens and these rocks shift, and all of a sudden Pride Rock is formed in the middle of this battle. I thought it was cool. Some people could call it cheesy, but I thought it was like a cool moment that this whole time, this whole land that he's been searching for his parents, searching for a family, was his original homeland. His original homeland ends up being Pride Rock, the land that we know of. And it was just a cool moment for all of that to happen. At the end of the movie, we go through and we see Kiara is reunited after the story is being told with Simba and Nala, and they introduce, which I'm impressed. I'm shocked they didn't say his name. They introduce Kiara to her little brother, which I think in the Lion Guard his name is Kion, but they never say Kion. They never say that's your brother's name. They just say, this is your little brother. And she says, I'm going to protect you. And she starts to basically tell him the story. So it was a cool story. I liked it. Do I think it was necessary? No, but I enjoyed it. I think it was fun. This whole live action trend is kind of odd that we're doing this. But it was fine, especially a live action animated movie, because of obviously they weren't real lions running around. But it was enjoyable. It was a good time. I'd probably watch it again. I have not watched the original Lion King live action one again since I saw it the one time. I just didn't feel like it was necessary. Was not a fan of it. I'd watch this one again. I've watched Aladdin multiple times. I actually kind of did enjoy it. There was things, of course, I did not like, but it was fun. Aladdin is also my all-time favorite Disney movie. Mulan wanted to be so much, and it just couldn't do it. It tried to live in both worlds. They said it was going to be like one of the old classic, not necessarily kung fu movies, but there was going to be real action. And the action sequences was great, and they wanted to make it more authentic, and I'm all for that. But if you're going to make it more authentic, you can't use swords and slice people and there not be blood. Like, they would stab people and they would just fall and there was no blood. And then they got rid of Mushu, but there became this phoenix that was flying around. Like, what was the point of changing it? I don't understand that. Mushu was such a integral part of the first movie. I don't understand why they would switch that. So that annoyed me in that movie. I will say it was visually stunning. The scene where Mulan's riding the horse through the field was absolutely amazing. I think there was a fox or a rabbit going through, so that was cool. So there's goods and bads about the live action. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with Snow White. I'm not very excited about it. I think they're going to try to, you can tell from the trailers, they're trying to make more of Snow White than what the movie was. It looked like she's going to be leading some army against the evil queen. Like, that's not the Snow White story, and they're just forcing to make her a stronger princess, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. They're going through so many of them. I think it's now officially announced that they're doing a Tangled live action. That one should be good. Who knows? We'll probably be doing this one for years and years. My question, and I would love to hear what you all think, and this is a perfect time to put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. Are they changing some of these stories like Mulan? Like Mulan, and they did with Snow White as well, so they can attack certain movies that they want to do, but they know they can't do the story. For example, Pocahontas. They can't do Pocahontas as it is. Like, you just can't. It's just so historically inaccurate. It's just, they changed so much of it to Disneyfy it. But it's such a waste because the songs are stunning. It's in a wonderful land where you could do that in a live action. Are they testing these other ones to see what if we change the story, have some elements of it be the same, very similar, but we could still use our songs. We can still use some of these same characters and then tell the story adjacent. Would it work? Could it work? Could they do that in a non-offensive way? What's possible? And I don't know if there's an answer. I don't know if there's a way to even do that one. I think they are treading lightly with that one, which is probably smart. It's probably best to just leave it alone. But it is sad. What would it be? I would love to be able to see Colors of the Wind live action on a big screen. Just around the river bend would be a stunning scene to be able to be done. But how could you tell a more accurate story? I don't know if we want that. I don't know if that's needed. I don't know. I truly don't know if there's any way to recreate that one. But then you have other ones where they could have attacked a long time ago, and I think they're talking about it. What would a live action Sword in the Stone been like? That could be fun. That's one that you could play out longer. You could do a true story. You could put in epic battles of Wart Arthur becoming King Arthur. You could do some more stuff like that and elaborate that one. Snow White seems weird and forced to kind of do that too. Hunchback, there's rumors that that's happening and all these other casting announcements that we've not really officially heard, but seem like they may be possible. Hunchback is easily becoming one of my favorites. It's now, I think, in my top 5. I think it's just beautiful. Hercules, I love Hercules. I feel like Hercules does not get the love it deserves. That could be a great live action. But I don't know. Obviously, we know we have Moana coming out in live action. I think it's way too soon for that, but they're doing it. Hey, I'm not the one in charge. We know Frozen's coming at some point. It's going to happen. We just know that's how it works. But I don't know. Lion King, it worked for Mufasa, I think. Will they continue it? Will they try to make Lion King 2? I don't think so. I think they ended this one with Mufasa, and I think this is a spot to leave it, let it go. Didn't mean that, but you know what I mean. And let that be the end of it. I think it works this way. But let's see what else. Tell me what you all think. Are there other live actions they should do? Tell me if there's any of the live action movies that you did like. What was your favorite ones? What was your least favorite? Obviously, there's the old Cinderella. I was not a fan of the old Cinderella. I didn't like the changes. But I get it now. I probably should watch it again. 101 Dalmatians, basically the original live action one. That one was a good one. Let's see what else they could do. Are you excited for Moana's live action? I don't know. You all let me know. Comment down below. Leave your posts. Let's talk about it. And as we have more things come out, come right here to this channel and we'll talk about it. and you have things you all want to talk about, and this can be Disney, Harry Potter, Lego, whatever, all kinds of other fandom things. Let me know what you guys want to talk about. We'll have all kind of movie information. We'll probably talk about Wicked. I haven't gotten to that one yet. There's all kinds of different movies, so we're just gonna have fun, hang out here, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you all think. And if you all want to see any of our guests that we've had on the channel, we've had Betsy, we've had Nicole, we've had Brendan. We didn't talk about Disney, we just talked about life, but Brendan's been on the page too. If you want to see some of these people come back, let me know and we'll see what we can make happen. I appreciate it. I'll see you all later. Have a good one. I'm out.